phenomenal AJ Styles, and you're watching Bretto Live.
We can review episode 249, where we go over Raw and SmackDown in a WWE action figure setup style. We're going to start off with the Red Show, a Monday Night Raw. Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins opened up Monday Night Raw talking about the Bloodline. Seth Rollins announcing that he will be on SmackDown to confront the Bloodline, which I'm super excited about. Also announcing that he's 100% medically cleared. Remember that little injury he had? Nope. Seth Rollins is 100%. He's ready for Mania. He's still the champ, and he asks Cody Rhodes, hey, do you have my back? Cody says, absolutely. Let's do this. Let's confront the Bloodline. Oh yeah, and Seth Rollins called The Rock Diarrhea Dwayne. What a weak jab of a nickname right there. The best nickname you could call The Rock is the Pebble. Call him the Pebble, bro. That's such a big insult. Like you could say, what do pebbles do under pressure? They crumble. Like that would be such an awesome line, but he called him Diarrhea Dwayne. I'm like, what the heck? That is freaking such a corny nickname. But it was a solid promo to hype up Monday Night Raw, but honestly, nothing really was done here. They just announced that they're going to be on SmackDown this Friday. I loved this match so much. Last week, Dominic Mysterio called out Gunther, and this week, he got his match with Gunther. I don't know why he wanted this match, but he got it. Dominic Mysterio absolutely got creamed by Gunther, chops to the chest. Like, early match, Dominic was, like, slapping Gunther in the face. I was like, oh my god, do not do that. So Gunther absolutely annihilates him, chops him, nearly engraving him into the ring mat. Dominic was absolutely dominated. He gets powerbombed in the end, and then he gets tapped out by Gunther, adding extra insult to injury with that tap out victory. Gunther looked amazing. I really enjoyed this match. And then Dominic literally just got married just a couple days ago too, and he got beat up by Gunther. How crazy is that? You know, Dominic Mysterio got booed at his own wedding when he was trying to do a speech. That's insane. Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark are one step closer to getting the women's tag team championships because they were able to beat Katana Chance and Kaden Carter in a tag team match. After the match, they had a little confrontation with the Kabuki Warriors, and I guarantee they're going to be getting their championship match very, very soon. You can guarantee that, literally. As far as the match between Kaden Carter, Katana Chance, and Shayna and Zoe, it wasn't bad. Nothing special. Nia Jax went one-on-one with Becky Lynch for what feels like the 10th time. This match was pretty decent. I loved the leg drop from Nia Jax that was hit off the middle rope to Becky Lynch. I thought that was absolutely insane. The match gets spoiled by Liv Morgan, who jumped off the barricade just like Becky Lynch did last week during Liv Morgan's match. So Liv Morgan causes a disqualification, but it doesn't really work to her advantage because Nia Jax ends up taking both of them out, sends Becky into the steel post, leg drops Liv Morgan on the outside of the ring. Nia Jax is like this final boss that nobody can touch, dude, unless you're Rhea Ripley. Unless you're Rhea Ripley, you can't take out Nia Jax. It's absolutely insane. But I like the little side storyline between Liv Morgan and Becky Lynch. Like, they're beefing. Could Liv Morgan eventually be put into the women's championship match at WrestleMania with Rhea Ripley and make it a triple threat? That would be fine with me. Literally, it would be. Because none of our high-up championship matches are triple threat matches, so I'd be fine with that. But as far as all this, not bad. Man, Liv Morgan ate that leg drop like a champ. Andrade had his re-debut match here on Monday Night Raw. He didn't go up against a local competitor, and this wasn't just a super enhancement match, which I actually liked. He went up against a named person, which was Apollo Crews. I was like, dude, this is actually pretty fire. Seeing Apollo back on Monday Night Raw. Andrade hit the hammerlock DDT, which they are now calling La Sombra to Apollo Crews. 1, 2, 3. Andrade looking good here on Monday Night Raw. Not a bad match. I've never seen Damian Priest so aggressive. Him and Finn Balor had a tag team matchup against Imperium's Ludwig Kaiser and Giovanni Vinci. I really enjoyed this tag team match. The aggression shown from Damian Priest was so insane because people have been doubting him. They've been doubting when he's going to cash in Money in the Bank, that he's afraid to cash in Money in the Bank, and Damian Priest is like, nah, I'm going to show an aggressive side. He absolutely decked Giovanni Vinci with the South of Heaven. 1, 2, 3. They pick up the victory. Finn Balor also looked amazing in this match, jumping over the top rope, hitting coup de grace. This was a heck of a tag team match, and man, Judgment Day looks super strong, bro. This really enhanced them as far as them being the champs. Like, they're literally they're a goated tag team, Damian Priest and Finn Balor. When is Damian Priest going to cash in that Money in the Bank briefcase? It is a mystery. I feel like they don't have a plan with it. Could it be at Mania? I don't know. I just feel like they don't have a plan. I feel like it's out of place why he's Mr. Money in the Bank. An Intercontinental Championship Gauntlet match was announced for next week on Monday Night Raw to determine who's going to face Gunther at WrestleMania, which I'm super duper excited about. Sami Zayn and Ivar are going to be part of that match, so they decided, Maz, well, let's go one-on-one tonight here on Monday Night Raw. Pretty decent match. Sami Zayn getting the upper hand after he evaded the moonsault that Ivar does off the top rope, and then he was able to do the Halula kick and pick up the victory over Ivar. After the match, Bronson Reed, who is another member of that Gauntlet match next week, he attacked Sami Zayn, hit the Tsunami Splash, just softening up Sami Zayn before the Gauntlet match next week on Monday Night Raw, which I'm super excited about the Gauntlet match. You got some top tier names in there. Literally literally all gunning to face Gunther at WrestleMania. Chad Gable or Sami Zayn, those are the two guys that are going to win this match. It's either Sami or Chad Gable. I really think it's going to be either one of those. I could see them even doing like a double win, like they pin two people at the same time and it makes a triple threat at WrestleMania. I could see that happening, like something where two people win that match. We'll see though. I'm excited for it. This was an absolutely chaotic main event. Jey Uso went one-on-one with Drew McIntyre. They looked to settle their beef, but it was absolutely not settled because Solo Sikoa appeared on ringside, distracts Jey Uso. Cody Rhodes' music hits. Cody Rhodes fights Solo Sikoa out into the crowd, and then Jey Uso looks like he's about to pick up the victory over Drew McIntyre, but then here comes Jimmy Uso, who jumps on ringside, distracts Jey Uso, and then Drew McIntyre hits the Claymore kick on Jey Uso to pick up the victory. 1, 2, 3. Drew wins the match. After the match, Jimmy Uso looks to use a steel chair on Jey Uso, who's already down in the center of the ring, so this is going to be easy pickings, soften him up for WrestleMania, even though they haven't announced the match yet, but we all know what's going down. Burn it down! Seth Rollins comes out, looks to help out Jey Uso, runs right past Drew McIntyre, and that was kind of a jab at Drew, just saying like, oh, I'm not worried about you for Mania, I'm just going to go help out Jey. Drew took that as a shot, so he hit a Claymore, hit his own shot on Seth Rollins right before the show ended. Drew McIntyre ending the show off by saying, Seth, focus on me, stop focusing on the Bloodline stuff. Seriously, oh my goodness. I love the new DM Hunk. I think he's awesome. Where's the t-shirt? We need a DM Hunk t-shirt. But as far as this main event, absolutely chaotic. I really enjoyed it. It was all over the place. Like, it was like there was so much going on. To Cody, to Jimmy, Jey, Seth, Drew, like literally all the storylines were colliding in one. I was like, that is so cool. Oh, and I almost forgot to mention, Coco got his antlers from Valhalla. He was able to wear them on ringside, and Ivar still lost the match. How insane is that? I thought this was pretty hysterical. I enjoyed that. Ranking Monday Night Raw out of 5 this week, I'm going to give it a solid 3 out of 5. My favorite moment/match was Dominic Mysterio versus Gunther. I thought that match absolutely smacked. I really enjoyed it. Now, let's jump into SmackDown. Cody slaps The Rock. Jumping into SmackDown from Dallas, Texas. What a hot crowd this was. What a good show this was. He opened up the show with Logan Paul. I was not expecting this. He had some big news. The Prime drink is the official PLE ring mat sponsor. So there's going to be a big Prime bottle on every ring mat at PLEs now, at WWE PLEs, which that's the first time they're ever doing that. I'm totally for it. I love logos on ring mats. I think it makes it look more official. Like, I love how the UFC Octagon always has all of the sponsors on the mat. I think that is just so cool. So I'm totally for this. Obviously, it gets interrupted by Randy Orton. Of course, Logan Paul did introduce the co-founder of Prime, that being KSI, one of his good buddies. I do have R-Truth right there. I am posing that as KSI. KSI, Logan Paul, they're getting photos by the Prime bottle on the ring mat. And then here comes Randy Orton out of nowhere, hitting an RKO on KSI. He missed Logan Paul, but he was able to get KSI, RKO to KSI. He took it like a champ too, KSI did. Oh my goodness, that RKO was freaking pitch perfect. What a way to open up the show. I loved this promo. And then we jumped into our opening tag team match. Randy Orton stayed in the ring. Then we were introduced to Kevin Owens, which is going to be our tag team, going up against Austin Theory and Mr. Grayson Waller. Solid tag team action here. Awesome RKO to finish the match. We saw Kevin Owens deliver a pop-up powerbomb midair, and as he was delivering the pop-up, he sent him over his head. I was like, where's Theory going? He sent him into an RKO. Look at Randy back there. I got him leaning backwards, getting ready to catch Austin Theory, who's in the air with Kevin Owens, and he's about to deliver the RKO. What a wicked RKO this was. Absolutely loved the finish to this match. Grayson Waller keeps screwing over Austin Theory. I swear. He throws Austin Theory to the wolves. He does, dude. Like, I don't know. Austin Theory needs to start recognizing this, and Austin Theory's got to think about maybe leaving Grayson Waller. After this tag team match, Logan Paul comes back and tries to hit Randy Orton and Kevin Owens with brass knuckles. He attacks them from behind, but it doesn't work out this time. They're able to evade the brass knuckles, and then Randy Orton puts the brass knuckles where nobody will grab them, that being in his trunks, which I thought was pretty freaking funny. Really nice stuff here. I really enjoyed this match. Bayley was interviewed backstage by Miss Kayla Braxton about all the recent stuff that's been going down with Damage Control. How is she feeling? She wasn't expecting Dakota to turn on her. Dakota caught her in a very vulnerable spot, and Bayley was turned on it, but she will bounce back at WrestleMania. That's what she keeps saying. She's got to win against Io Sky at Mania. They pan away to Naomi, who's watching this, and then Bianca's like, wait, you feel bad for Bayley? So I guess Naomi feels for Bayley, and I understand this because Naomi, she used to have a group. Remember Team Bad Bro with Sasha Banks and Tamina? So she understands how like teams could like break up. So maybe Naomi's going to be backing up Bayley here going into Mania. I guess we'll have to wait and see. But I did really enjoy the interview with Bayley. I've really enjoyed this Damage Control storyline. Karrion Kross went up against Bobby Lashley for what feels like the 10th time here on SmackDown. I was not interested in this match whatsoever. Scarlett tries to get involved, and then in the end, AOP run out. They just cause a disqualification. So in a way, Bobby Lashley did beat Karrion Kross because they attacked Bobby first. But then here come the Street Profits. The Street Profits run down trying to even up the odds, which they do. We saw a pretty nice jump off the top rope from Angelo Dawkins taking out AOP, which was pretty cool. But the final testament was too much for the Street Profits and Bobby Lashley. They took him down again, and they stood tall above the body of Bobby Lashley again. I was like, oh my gosh, man. How many times are Street Profits and Bobby Lashley going to fall to the final testament? I feel like it happens every week. I know it doesn't, but I feel like it does. Bro, my goodness, this is repetitive. It's Tiffy time. Tiffany Stratton went up against Michin in a one-on-one match. Another big W here for Tiffany Stratton, bro. She's kicking butt. What time is it? Dude, she is so awesome, bro. Literally, when she's in that ring, man, my eyes are glued to the television. She jumped to the top rope, hit the prettiest moonsault of all time on Michin. 1, 2, 3. It was all over from there. Another victory. The undefeated streak, besides Elimination Chamber, of Tiffany Stratton. Man, she looks good. AJ Styles cut an interview via satellite talking about why he flew halfway across the world just to screw over LA Knight in the Elimination Chamber. He said LA Knight took his spotlight. LA Knight wasn't having it, so he smashed a TV with a steel chair. Is this really going to be a WrestleMania match? AJ Styles versus LA Knight? I don't see that being a WrestleMania match, but I guess it's going to be, which, I guess I could get with it. Dragon Lee, yes, I do realize that Kalisto went one-on-one with Angel of Legado del Fantasma. This match was pretty decent. Dragon Lee was able to pick up the victory by rolling up Angel, but then after the match, Humberto Santos Escobar rushed the ring with Elektra Lopez, and they just beat down Dragon Lee. I was expecting LWO to come out to even up the odds, but they did not. Maybe they weren't at this specific episode of SmackDown, because I don't know why they wouldn't have came out to help out my boy Dragon Lee. But yeah, they just freaking triple teamed him. They beat the snot out of him, and they left Dragon Lee in a twisted heap. But Dragon Lee did win the match, so props to him. He beat Angel. And what we've all been waiting for, The Rock, the Bloodline, Cody, Seth, the answer. Did Seth and Cody accept the challenge for WrestleMania? Before we get to that, The Rock's new entrance is dope, man. The fancy lightning bolts that he has go off before his complete music hits is freaking sick. I love that a lot. Into the promo itself, we did see Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins walk down Shield style from the crowd, which I thought was sick. They enter the ring. They accept the challenge presented to them by The Rock and Roman Reigns on behalf of Seth Rollins. He did it for Cody. And I loved how the crowd started chanting diarrhea because Seth mentioned that on Raw. I'm like, bro, who started that chant? Literally made Roman Reigns crack up. But the biggest jab of them all was when The Rock said that Cody Rhodes is 20 years younger than his older siblings, and Cody Rhodes was a mistake. That he did Cody Rhodes. So Cody Rhodes slapped The Rock. Payback, baby. He slapped his boss, The Rock, because Rock's on the board at TKO. So Cody slapped The Rock, and I was like, let's freaking go. In your face, you pebble. Oh my goodness, man. I loved this promo. I really did. Roman was great in this. Rock was great in this. Seth was great in this, even though he was dressed like he was about to go live in Antarctica or something with that massive jacket. But this was a great promo, and that's literally how they ended the show. He slaps The Rock, and the show ends. I was like, oh my gosh, bro, how are you going to do me like that? There could be like some WWE.com exclusive stuff that drops, and I'll talk about it on my Instagram if anything does. But yes, this was an amazing episode of SmackDown. I really freaking enjoyed it. If I had to rate this episode of SmackDown, I'll give it a solid 3 out of 5. As far as like the matches, I thought they were just okay, but the promo obviously in the end was freaking goated. Overall, not a bad episode of SmackDown. My favorite moment has to be the slap. It's definitely the slap from Cody Rhodes to The Rock, and that was Raw. That was SmackDown. WWE Action Figure Setup Style Weekend Review 249. I really hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts on the shows this week down in the comment section down below, and I'll see you guys next time. Bretto Live is out.